Hello, my dear students. We have been studying about the pure substance. In this series of pure substance, we have studied about metals, we have studied about non-metals, and we have studied about metalloids. We have studied their properties and their examples too. Please learn the properties and examples. They are going to be very useful. Now we want to know more facts about the elements. So these metal, non-metal and metalloids, they collectively are known as elements. They are pure substances, and we are going to know more facts about the elements. The number of elements known at present are more than 100. So more than 100 elements are known nowadays. Out of those more than 100 elements, 92 elements are naturally occurring and the rest are man-made. So all the other elements other than those 92 elements are produced by man or they are man-made elements. Majority of the elements are solid. 11 elements are in gaseous state at room temperature. I have given you the list of those 11 elements which are gaseous in state. They are helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. Please remember, my dear students, these elements are known as the noble gases or inert gases. So if you are asked, you can write like name the noble gases or name the inert gases. They are helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then fluorine, chlorine, oxygen, nitrogen and hydrogen. These are the 11 elements which are in gaseous state. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Two elements are in the liquid state at room temperature. These two elements are mercury and bromine. But for your information, mercury is a metal, so we call it liquid metal, that is mercury, and liquid non-metal, that is bromine. Element gallium and cesium become liquid at room temperature slightly above the temperature 303 Kelvin. So sometimes gallium and cesium also show lower melting point, and they can also be sometime found at liquid at room temperature. This element, if you put into your fist, they themselves turn into the liquid because their melting point are less than our body temperature. Now we are going to study the second type of pure substance, which is known as compound. Let us learn the definition of compound. A compound is a substance composed of two or more elements. They chemically combine with one another in a fixed proportion. So please, my dear students, when you learn the definition of compound, please mind well that these words are very important, that two or more elements combine, and they combine chemically, and they combine in the fixed ratio or fixed proportion. These three things must be there when you define a compound. Now to understand the difference between the property of mixture and compound, we are going to study one activity. So the aim of the activity is to study properties of mixture and compounds. For that we have various requirements. What are the requirements? 2 watch glasses, iron filings, sulfur powder, carbon disulfide, magnets, heating facility like heating tube and matchbox and burner, then sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid, etc. So these are the things needed, or these are the requirement. Now we will study about the method, how to do this activity. Take 2 watch glasses, watch glass A and watch glass B. In both these watch glasses, add 100 gram of powder of sulfur and 10 gram of iron fillings. Mix the material in watch glass A well, whereas heat the material in watch glass B well. So the material present in watch glass A, though both the watch glass have same material, but the material present in watch glass A, we will mix it well with the help of the glass rod, but the material present in watch glass B, we will heat it well in a suitable instrument strongly until red hot. So we will heat it until it become red hot and remove the flame. it start burning, so we'll have to remove the flame and let the mixture cool, and we will allow the mixture to cool. Take the cooled matter in watch glass B again. So when you heat it, you have to take it out of the watch glass, and then when the mixture cools down, you take it again into the watch glass B. Now let us study it further. Now what should we do? We should bring a magnet near the matter in watch glass A and watch glass B, and we should observe what happens. So the first test what we are going to do here is about the magnet. Observe the magnetic attraction, whether the mixture is being attracted with magnet or not. Compare the color, texture, homogeneity and heterogeneity of the material present in watch glass A and watch glass B. So you will have to compare whether everywhere the color is same or not, the composition or texture is same or not, whether the mixture is homogeneous or heterogeneous, or whether the matter is homogeneous or heterogeneous. That is what we need to see. Take two test tube A and test tube B. Add the matter present in the watch glass A and watch glass B in the test tube, and test tube A and test tube B respectively, and see if the matter dissolves or not. So here we will have to add, actually take two test tube A and B, add the matter present in watch glass A and B in the test tube, and then we will have to add the carbon disulfide and add carbon disulfide. So we will add carbon disulfide to both the test tube A and test tube B, and we will see if the matter is dissolved in the carbon disulfide or not. Then after this, if you add the carbon disulfide, perform filtration. We will have to perform the process of filtration and observe the filtrate. Filtrate means the liquid that comes down under the funnel. That is what it is known as filtrate. And observe the residue that is present on the filter paper. Take two more test tube. Take matter present in watch glass A and watch glass B in the two different test tube, and then add dilute hydrochloric acid or dilute sulfuric acid to both the test tube, and then observe what happens. My dear students, we will see the observations and inference into the next video. I hope, my dear students, you are enjoying your studies. Happy learning.